Let's talk about what it means to live with HIV. HIV, which stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus, is a virus that affects the body's immune system. It can make it harder for the body to fight off infections and diseases. The people who are navigating this journey are known as people living with HIV, or PLHIV. They are our brothers, our sisters, our friends, and our neighbors. They are mothers and fathers, artists and teachers, leaders and dreamers. Their diagnosis is a part of their story, but it does not define the entirety of who they are. It's a medical condition, one that with today's incredible advancements can be managed, allowing people to live long, full, and beautiful lives. So what is a safe space? It's a place where you can just be, a place where you can breathe out and let your shoulders drop. For someone living with HIV, a safe space is a sanctuary from judgment, a haven where they don't have to carry the heavy weight of their status in silence. It's a room, whether physical or virtual, filled with empathy and acceptance. Here they can share their fears without being shamed and celebrate their victories without being questioned. It's a fundamental human need to be seen and accepted for who we are, and for PLHIV, having this kind of environment is not just a comfort, it is absolutely essential for their well-being. Think about it. We all need a soft place to land. For PLHIV, that soft place is a community that understands their journey intimately. It's where they can ask the difficult questions about medication, dating, or telling their family. It's where they can find strength in the stories of others who have walked the same path and emerged stronger. This kind of support system provides more than just information. It provides hope. It reminds them that they are not isolated in their experience. This connection becomes a powerful lifeline, helping them to not only survive, but to truly thrive, to live out loud with courage and with grace. This journey with HIV is a deeply personal one, yet no one should have to walk it alone. Having a safe space transforms the experience from one of isolation to one of community. It is in these sacred spaces that the healing truly begins. It's where a person can start to separate their identity from their diagnosis. They can reclaim their narrative and begin to see themselves not as a victim of a virus, but as a warrior who is navigating their life with incredible strength. This is where empowerment is born. One conversation, one shared story, one moment of pure, unconditional acceptance at a time. Now let's get real about stigma. Stigma is a heavy, invisible burden. It's the cloud of fear, misunderstanding, and prejudice that surrounds HIV. It's the whispers in a room, the averted eyes, the unfair assumptions. This stigma can be more damaging than the virus itself because it attacks a person's spirit. It can make someone feel ashamed, dirty, or less than whole. This deep-seated shame forces many people into a painful silence. They become afraid to tell anyone, even their closest family and friends, out of fear of rejection, judgment, or abandonment. This silence is a lonely and isolating prison. This fear of being judged can have devastating consequences on a person's life. It can prevent someone from seeking the medical care they need. They might be too afraid to go to a clinic or get tested because they don't want anyone to know. It can affect their ability to find a job, secure housing, or build loving relationships. Imagine carrying a secret so heavy that it dictates every choice you make. The constant stress of hiding a part of yourself erodes your mental and emotional health, leading to anxiety, depression, and a profound sense of being utterly alone in the world. The silence born from stigma also fuels ignorance. When no one talks about HIV openly, myths and misinformation are allowed to spread like wildfire. People continue to believe outdated and harmful ideas about how HIV is transmitted, which only increases the fear and prejudice. This cycle of silence and ignorance creates a society where people living with HIV are not seen as human beings deserving of compassion, but as objects of fear. Breaking this silence is not just about helping PLHIV, it is about educating everyone and creating a more enlightened and compassionate world for us all to live in. So you see, stigma does more than just hurt feelings. It builds walls, it separates us from one another and prevents true human connection. It robs people of their dignity and their right to live an open, honest life. When we allow stigma to thrive, we are telling people that their stories don't matter, that they should remain invisible. We have to challenge this. We have to be the ones who stand up and say that every single person deserves to be treated with respect, kindness, and understanding, regardless of their HIV status. The weight of silence is too heavy for anyone to carry alone. In our world today, something amazing has happened. Technology has given us a new way to connect, a new way to build community. For many people living with HIV, the internet has become a lifeline. Online platforms and digital communities have emerged as powerful safe spaces where individuals can find support without ever leaving their homes. Here, in these virtual sanctuaries, anonymity can be a shield. It allows people to shed the fear of being judged by those they know in their daily lives. They can finally ask their questions and share their experiences with a community that truly gets it. These digital spaces are buzzing with life and support. You can find forums where people share tips on managing side effects of medication. You can find blogs where individuals document their personal journeys of love, loss, and resilience. You can find private social media groups that become like a second family, celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, and offering virtual hugs on the tough days. This is where multimedia storytelling comes alive. A person can share a video diary, create a piece of art, or write a poem to express feelings that are too big for simple words. It's about finding your voice in whatever form feels right. The act of telling your story is a revolutionary act of healing. When you put your experiences into words or images or sounds, you take control of the narrative. You are no longer defined by the silence or the stigma. You are the author of your own life story. Sharing it with others who listen with open hearts is incredibly affirming. It validates your feelings and your journey. Every time someone shares their story online, they send a ripple of courage out into the world. They let someone else who is feeling lost and alone know that they are not the only one. This digital storytelling creates a powerful chain of connection. One person's story of navigating a new relationship might give another the courage to do the same. Another person's blog post about overcoming self-stigma might inspire a reader to finally seek therapy or join a local support group. These online communities are not just places for passive reading. They are active hubs of empowerment. They are living libraries of shared human experience, where every story adds a new chapter of strength, wisdom, and hope for everyone to draw from. It's a beautiful testament to the power of human connection. So, what is our role in all of this? How can we help build a world that is more loving and inclusive for people living with HIV? It starts with one simple but profound action: listening. We must choose to listen with our whole hearts, without judgment. When someone trusts you enough to share their story, it is a sacred gift. Your role is not to fix them or to offer advice, but to simply be a compassionate witness to their truth. To listen is to say, "I see you, I hear you, you matter." This simple act of kindness can change someone's world. Beyond listening, we must educate ourselves. We have to actively seek out the facts about HIV from reliable sources. Understanding how the virus is transmitted, and just as importantly, how it is not transmitted, is crucial. Knowledge is the most powerful antidote to fear and prejudice. When we are informed, we can confidently step up and correct misinformation when we hear it. We can become allies, standing beside people living with HIV and advocating for their rights and their dignity. It is our responsibility to replace old stigmas with new truths based on science and compassion. Kindness is a language that everyone understands. It's in the small things. It's a warm smile, a gentle touch on the arm, an offer to help. It's about treating every single person you meet with the fundamental respect they deserve as a human being. When we lead with kindness, we create an atmosphere where people feel safe enough to be their authentic selves. We contribute to a culture where the fear of judgment begins to melt away. Every act of compassion, no matter how small it may seem, helps to build a stronger, more connected human family for all of us. Ultimately, this is about the kind of world we want to live in. I believe we all want to live in a world where everyone feels safe, valued, and loved. Creating this world is our shared responsibility. Let us commit to breaking the silence that surrounds HIV. Let us raise our voices together in a chorus of hope, support, and unconditional love. Let's build bridges of understanding, not walls of fear. Together we can create a future where every person, regardless of their HIV status, can live their life fully, joyfully, and openly, surrounded by a community that embraces them for exactly who they are.